I fucking hate this thing about the I fucking hate this. Hey, y'all, this is crazy, bro. No, yo, cause what I'm taking it to live because he gonna take it to Twitter. What's up? We both feel like apparently we settled it, so we're destroying each other, man. We literally destroying each other like real life, like.
Right? That's what you claim, little hoe. You don't touch nobody's. You don't touch nobody's dude. You don't do none of that, right? Try to let everybody know, not the bitch. Gonna pull up, right? Y'all saw me on the live.
Chrisean Rock, on the other hand, just vowed war on Blueface for cheating once more. However, he is cheating with a completely different woman this time. Jaidyn Alexis is munching popcorn in the front row and enjoying every second of it. Just when we thought the drama could not get much messier, you are all aware that she has been anticipating this moment. Chrisean's world is collapsing just 2 months after she married Blueface while incarcerated, and her sister is not coping. Let us just say that things are going to become ugly since she is out here threatening to run up on Jaidyn. But how in the world is Blueface doing this while incarcerated? Does this imply that he is at last done with Jaidyn and Chrisean? Let us get started, everyone. Although it is kind of crazy that Blueface continues to stir trouble while incarcerated, remember that this is Blueface. He is always surrounded by drama, and it appears that this drama is continuing to follow him while he is incarcerated. You see, Blueface shocked everyone a few days ago when he shared a video of a girl claiming to be his girlfriend on his Instagram stories. Although they have been acquainted since 2015, she asserted that they only began dating 5 years ago.
So, my name is Amani, and we and Blue been locked in since 2016, 17, and we met at work. We were shooting together, and we fell in love. No, no, but for real, like, we just kept looking at each other, kept making eye contact, and didn't exchange contacts. And we was chopping it up for a cool minute. And then I came over, chefed it up, made some steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, cleaned it up. And of course I came with dessert. That's just it.
I have a lot of questions regarding this, but let me start by asking how this event occurs. How did he end up in that jail with that phone? I'm aware that certain prisoners are granted access to their phones while incarcerated, but Blueface is not one of those prisoners, as far as we are aware. How did he access his phone then? You would think that Blueface would be wise enough to not post or take any action that would highlight the fact that he had access to an illegal phone, but I know that it is very possible to smuggle phones into jails because it happens frequently. But like I said, he's the maestro of chaos, and supporters are convinced he certainly tweeted that on purpose. Given that his favorite activity was to play pranks on Chrisean and Jaidyn and set them against one another, a prison must be particularly dull for him. Speaking of Chrisean and Jaidyn, we believe that Blueface was untidy for simultaneously pursuing 2 women, but it has since been revealed that a 3rd woman was involved. Yes, everyone, it is insane, particularly when you consider that he also maintained an extensive list of side projects. This man was evil, you guys. He could not let these women leave. However, everyone knew that Chrisean would lose it as soon as the video was posted online. She asks out if Blueface shows her anything other than true love or his interpretation of what true love might be, and she is completely enamored with him, even down to the tattoo on his cheek. Upon viewing the video, people posted remarks such as Chrisean gonna mess up that little face. Girl, so you should have stayed quiet like the other years. And Satan saw Chrisean heavy in church and decided to send one of his minions to try to derail her progress. Chrisean lost it, you know. She has an extraordinary fixation with Blueface and would stop at nothing to win his favor. Therefore, this betrayal had to be quite painful, and to be honest, it is difficult not to feel terrible for her. You know who does not feel sorry for her though? It is Jaidyn, also known as Stewie, and Blueface is at the center of it all. Jaidyn adamantly declares that Blueface is her man because, to be honest, she has some history on her side and was there from the beginning. They went to prom together and were high school sweethearts, but after Blueface gained some notoriety, he started acting quite differently. Like most rappers, he could not avoid the lifestyle, other ladies, controversy, and all of that. Rumor has it that he may have cheated before becoming famous, but I did not tell you that. As if that were not awful enough, Blueface even created a reality program where women fought to be his girlfriend. Chrisean and he met through this show, and Chrisean ended up winning. To put it simply, Jaidyn was not present for it. After supporting him for years, Sis did not like being pushed aside, and ever since then, there has been constant drama between the two of them because they each claim to be the main woman.
About it. So I told him, we're not doing that. We're not doing no hugging on no anything, we're not touching nobody, none of that. Right? Right? Did that. He think it's all fun and games, right? Yeah, I really wasn't gonna do it to this raggedy bitch before we wanna pop it at the mouth. She wanna pop it at the mouth like she not no scary judge. Yeah, okay? You don't talk about my son.
However, when Chrisean became pregnant with her son Junior, things truly went south. You see, prior to that, Jaidyn was out here with pride, carrying the title of only baby mom. However, after the baby was born, that claim was completely disregarded, and she was unhappy about it. The situation worsened when Blueface attempted to encourage Chrisean to terminate the pregnancy, and Jaidyn tweeted, "Give me the honey money, daddy. I had a procedure myself." She defended herself when the supporters attacked her for being insensitive by saying, "Never once has my baby daddy ever said he would try to take my kids. Why? Because he never thought I was unable to be sane to raise them." So what does that say about this dumb broad? And I recall when I was in the hospital with Journey, I told him since it might be a day or two before she comes, because I was induced medically due to health, that if he wanted to go home and chill and I update him, he could, but he didn't. I appreciated him holding my leg. Thanks, baby daddy. It was a great birth. For a brief moment, it appeared as though Blueface was prepared to lock down Jaidyn. He even made a huge deal out of popping the question, such as important moments, cameras rolling, etc. It seemed as though he had finally decided on his first day, but if you know Blueface, you know that is never that easy.
Oh my God.
Chrisean revealed a plot surprise just when we thought this tangled love triangle was finally resolved. Following her proposal to Jaidyn, she said she was still getting asked to a Blueface.
I think me and Blue wanted to leave each other alone. We really do. It just never will happen. I can't give him what he wants. He can't give me what we want. So we just have that toxic ass. But that ain't never leaving.
However, the back and forth between Chrisean and Jaidyn continues, with both of them criticizing one another. However, you all see the picture now. The war over Blueface was never ending, but just when we thought things couldn't get much messier, Blueface gave everyone a huge shock. He and Chrisean were legally married back in December when he was still incarcerated, and one thing became very evident in that moment. Whatever understanding there had been between him and Jaidyn was gone. He did not pick Jaidyn for a serious commitment, even though they had a lengthy history together and had even gotten engaged. Chrisean was his choice. Furthermore, given the amount of drama that has already transpired, this only served to further complicate an already chaotic scenario. Jaidyn did not take this well at all, as you may imagine. She blasted Blueface on social media for failing to pay her child support, and she disparaged Chrisean by saying, "Who marry a ninja who doesn't call his kids old child support? Just give me my money." She also discussed how, despite the fact that she had been supporting him for ages, he had betrayed her for Chrisean. "You weirdo," she tweeted. "I'm the only one who ever had your back. I held you down, man. Y'all see this? Narcissist and manipulative. Try to forgive, but never forget. He never did right by me, and I'm overdue for my happiness and love. I gave you every piece I ever had, and you could have had my last bite. It's okay, I get it. You can't man up. I understand. I wish nothing but the best, and please let me go." She continued only believing you because you had something to show for it. "I worked 2 jobs and walked to work while he sat and sold grass at my mama's house. I walked to work to save $1 so he could sell a dime. I was dumb. My bad, y'all." We all anticipated that Chrisean would attack Jade in her typical manner, which is noisy, untidy, and combative. But to our surprise, she surprised us with something very different. She put up a lengthy message that was actually quite mature for her, in place of her typical pranks, as if she had not even been heard. It was serene, introspective, and almost too well organized. Naturally, they caused many to wonder if this was actually Chrisean or if someone else had typed it for her. Jaidyn and I married him because I took a risk on love. You worried about why I married him? I'm wondering why our kids ain't fully met. I understand that you're feeling hurt and disappointed right now, and I truly empathize with what you're going through. I'm passing you this advice because someone once told this when I was crashing out. You can't be confused if you don't call the kids if you brag online how you don't pick up calls. Tell the world F him while he's locked up, plus his mother, Carlissa, exploiting our babies for clout. Pick a better babysitter. You cut that lady off once before, so why bother with his mother knowing she only watches the kids to hurt him and post weird stuff? I get it. Resentment will have you not see why he won't call to talk to your kids, but Dell isn't a camping trip, it's hell, she continued. While I don't agree with the abandonment of how things have unfolded with our children's father, I want you to know that you don't have to carry the weight of his decisions. Going back and forth about a man isn't mean anymore, so if you beef with them, please leave me out of it. This beef we got is played out. When Blueface wrote that diss track for you towards me, that's where you messed up at doing things that don't work. Even when I made it to take a beat, I directed every lyric to him, not you. But even that was lame on my end, because doing things to people because it's done to me doesn't really satisfy the spirit. Beefing with you is childish, and our kids are related. Back when I was 20 to 23, my brain wasn't fully developed, so beefing with anyone was funny. But this isn't funny anymore. It's weird. It is kind of crazy to see this from Chrisean because, as I mentioned before, everyone thought she would lose it after Jaidyn made fun of her, but she didn't. However, Jaidyn responded to Chrisean's lengthy message by writing, "Chrisean, I wouldn't read all that, even if I was paid for the love of God. Shut the F up. I hate my effort to play the victim. These go live for 30 days, 30 nights, when my name in a mouth and turn around acting dumb as F, always trying to be a part of something." And it was at this point that we saw the old Chrisean pop out, and she wrote, "You've replied, which means you ready. That's all. The truth can never be a diss. You screaming about money and child support, how much you need. Your books pay? That doesn't include flight and hotels and food. And they slowed up nobody booking you right now, so I get the frustration, but don't drag me in it. Take that up with him. You crashing out on the internet is crying out for help. And it's unnecessary, and Zeus only gives you $20,000 for the reunion. Your rent probably $11,000 a month or less if you got a car note. Those funds ain't matching that start hidden. So I get it. And if you got your own money, what would you scream for child support? That ninja puts you in position to be a star. You set out your own mouth, he's a good dad. So which one is it? Take a child to the ghetto, not her brother. Jaidyn, shame on you. Now, this occurred in Chrisean just a few weeks ago, as if she were Blueface's only. She had fought for that top rank for years, and she was not about to let Jaidyn take it away or disparage her. Jaidyn, on the other hand, is relishing every second of this, and has been disparaging Chrisean on social media. She had been riding high since then, but Blueface snatched it away from her by releasing pictures of his new lover. Her recent tweets and retweets have included, "Y'all wondering how people stay so blessed, because God sees all, and you can get on this internet and portray an innocent role for whoever you choose to, but you cannot hide from God. Not gonna lie, I am dissing as F, and my mother was right. You hoes really do be jealous. Who can blame her? She is not even trying to hide the fact that she is taking pleasure in Chrisean's pain in this way. However, God is not present while Chrisean is out there chanting yui yui. You are going to tell me what you think of this chaotic drama, even though the people in the comments are kind of laughing. Check out his next video after leaving a comment below.